What's up, everybody? Soapbox Bill, part 3 of our Wonder Woman parking lot review. Spoilers are going to be in here. There's not really much to spoil about this movie, though, except for, Ares is the big villain, which, if anyone knows anything about Wonder Woman, Ares usually is the big villain. So.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and say right now, like I said, this is a spoiler review. Feel free to talk about this. Who we thought was Ares really kind of came out of left field. I thought they were going to have it be some kind of MacGuffin that the Nazis were working on to release him from a prison of some sort. It's like,
I was thinking along the same lines as well.
But
a severely weakened Ares trying to gain power through slaughter or something like that.
You're not too terribly far off. It turns out that it was David Thewlis of all people. Like, to anybody who doesn't know who that is, watch Harry Potter. It's Remus Lupin.
Yeah.
But
it's the guy from the British intelligence guy.
Yeah.
One of Steve Trevor's superiors. Turns out he's Ares. He's the one who's manipulating everything, whispering in people's ears.
And the thing that I enjoyed most of it was the fact that nobody saw it coming, because while he's interacting with them, he's kind of not old and decrepit, but you could tell he's kind of crippled and moving with a cane, which in retrospect probably should have been the first clue. It's like, oh, severely wounded Ares. Like, I could see him having to need a cane to get around, but again, we didn't see it coming.
Yeah, it was really out of left field. The final battle sequence, it was awesome, but it reminded me so much of just the chaotic battle scene in the last part of Batman v Superman. It's that very, flipping around.
Now, I will go ahead and say that it was kind of a testament to how far we've come since the Linda Carter Wonder Woman, where they were bound by what was available to them at the time. There wasn't much in the way of stunt doubles that could kind of pull this stuff off. So, just like the Adam West Batman, may he rest in peace, you didn't see him doing a quarter of the stuff that Christian Bale or Ben Affleck did in the last couple of films. But
It's a lot more action-based than than the earlier films. But I think it works well, and except for some of the times when the camera is just spinning around all wildly and you don't know what's going on because it keeps changing angles so much, zooming in and slow-mo and fast-mo, and
you can kind of tell they took a few notes from Zack Snyder. No disrespect to you, Mr. Snyder, but it's clear somebody was taking notes.
Yeah, some parts are very Matrixy, like sees the bullet and then boom.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm sure Keanu Reeves was watching thinking, whoa,
whoa, and
excellent.
Yeah,
little. If you don't know the reference, we're probably too old for you.
Probably.
Yeah, but another thing, before I saw the movie, I had seen these popping up on Facebook quite a bit, where they were talking about little girls' favorite princesses becoming generals, and it was like Princess Leia from Star Wars: A New Hope to General Leia in The Force Awakens, and at the bottom it was like Princess Buttercup from The Princess Bride to, I didn't catch her name. That's one of the few things about having subtitles, like I can catch the name. But it turns out she was played by Robin Wright. So it's like, so two childhood princesses grew up to become generals.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah. I'd say it was a successful movie. Not, again, like I said in the regular review, it's good but not great, but still worth the watch.
I'll go ahead and say it's definitely, like I said earlier, it is a step in the right direction for DC because we talked about this before we started the review, how DC has kind of their television universe on the CW between the Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and the Legends of Tomorrow. And they're trying to take that and put it on the big screen for the cinematic universe. And like I said, the last couple of attempts were not so good. And, well, I'm hoping with this one and Justice League, it definitely has put them on the right track to something to kind of push them forward. Because right now, Marvel is gaining so much ground on them between the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Deadpool, and what's coming up in I think in less than a month, the Defenders.
Spider-Man's coming out next month too.
Yeah, so Marvel's got a big old foothold in a lot of forms of media, and DC is just scrambling to try to catch up to it. But this one, like I said, it definitely set them on the right path to gain some ground on them.
Yep, definitely a step in the right direction. Hope they keep going forward.
Because
and,
we definitely deserve to have a good Green Lantern movie that's not animated. And like I said, and there's so many other avenues to explore.
Yeah, so many other heroes, so much other
we pardon my bad English, but we got Aquaman. Aquaman's gonna get his own movie, and I gotta say, Jason Momoa as Aquaman, he officially took what you might call a wimpy...
The punchline of the Justice League and made him a badass.
Yeah, and not just any badass. I'm talking about this dude, he won't summon a herd of sharks to feast on you. He will get in there and tear your ass apart by himself.
If you want an example on how much of a badass he is, watch Stargate Atlantis. He's Ronin in Stargate Atlantis, and he is just tears through the Wraith. That was the perfect choice for casting for Aquaman as someone who can really just make it a badass character.
And I had to laugh at, like I said, looking through social media, there's so many memes that are going around about him as Aquaman. Like, Jason Momoa protects his own bodyguards. They show, like, the classic Aquaman. He goes from the "I'll have your daughter home by 9" to the Jason Momoa, like, the ocean's not the only thing that's getting wet tonight.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. I went
away
there.
From that kind of stuff.
Well, but it is, like I said, it is a much needed thing to try to explore this a little further. And
at least that will make up, hopefully, for the atrocity that was the Green Lantern movie, taking a character and making them awesome rather than taking an awesome character and making them suck.
Yeah. To be fair for the Green Lantern, and I'm not defending their casting choice, because I thought Ryan Reynolds did do a good job as Hal Jordan, but the thing about it was
all the effects.
Yeah, what kind of weed were you all smoking when you thought, hey, let's put him in a CGI suit? Like, let's make the entire Green Lantern suit computer animated. Seriously, what kind of weed were you smoking?
Adding like a glowing green effect around the suit, like an aura effect, yes, that works, but way too much CGI in that movie. And let's close out now with our spoilery thoughts. The final battle, very entertaining. Again, very, that kind of standard DC action-y type thing. I have to say, Diana's like single, I have to get Ares, I have to get Ares, I have to get Ares. The whole movie grated a little bit, but you could see how much her drive was.
Yeah, and a lot of that can be chalked up to that kind of naivety of being raised, not exactly isolated, but just kind of raised with that story. There's no, like, for her, it's black and white. There's really not much gray until she got out there and got to experience it for herself. Yeah, and that does kind of put to a certain moral fabric. People say there's a lot of gray or there's black and white. And it did touch on that very well. You can kind of see like the interactions between Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman, that one represents the black and white, the other one represents the gray.
All the shades of gray.
And no, we're not talking about the 50 of them.
Okay. Oh.
No, we're talking about the moral fabric that's in the gray area.
Yeah. Well, definitely worth the watch. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.